looking forward to it. Yeah.
Okay. So, yes, next. And
Yeah.
yes,
Hello,
welcome
ma'am.
because, ma'am, your meditation would help a lot in inner child healing, though I am very poor in meditating, like completely no, 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 but still it would help you. Yes, MN, yes.
Hello, ma'am. Hello,
Hi.
everyone. I'm Neha Nagani from Bhopal. I'm an educationist, tarot card reader, and an astrologer.
Wow. My most favorite thing is tarot card and oracle. Welcome.
Thank you.
Anyone?
Yeah. I'm Harpreet Arora,
Hi.
and I'm a psychologist. I'm practicing psychologist. Looking forward to learn about you. Somebody's listening. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, I believe. No, 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 no. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm a psychologist since 5 years, and I'm looking forward to learn a lot from you.
Hi, doctor.
Yeah.
Yes, Mona, ma'am, you wanted. You are on mute? Yes.
Hello, I'm Poonam from Mumbai. I'm a psychologist. I have done my MSc in psychology long back, like 10, 15 years, and I have been working with NGOs and hospital. And 2 years back, I have started my practice. So most of the time, I'm used to practice client-centered therapy and dance movement therapy. So I just thought, you know, working on myself is also a good thing to keep me upgraded. So that is my intention to join this. I'm happy to do that.
Thank you. Yes. Yes. Anyone next? Yes, Divya, ma'am.
Hi everyone, good evening. Myself Divya. I'm a yoga instructor. Just now completed my course, and I have also I'm also a certified relationship counselor and a career counselor also. Um, I was a counselor, school counselor earlier, and yeah, I after hearing this inner child healing, I was getting so many messages from different sources about inner child healing. So I thought, okay, let me explore this how it will be, and I thought, and I have enrolled in this.
Wow, wow. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Meghna Shri, right?
Yeah, hello, ma'am. Hello, everyone. My name is Meshri, and actually, I'm in MSc fourth semester right now. So already I have done my two masters, one in computer application, one in economics. But the psychology is like one subject which I am very much interested in. I want to make a career out of it. Like, so yeah, that's what I was like thinking to add like more and more things to learn, and so that's why I came. And inner child healing is something which like I feel that through this we can counsel like almost all the people, and every people will like need this in some point of time. So yeah, I'm here to learn this. Yeah.
Okay. Great. So many masters. बाप रे बाप. After completing one masters only, I was like, अरे मेरे को छोड़ो अभी psychologist बनने दो मेरे को. Okay. Thank you. Uh, yes.
No, I didn't get a chance to do MSc in psychology in first go only. That's why all these after this masters I am doing finally this thing now. Yeah.
Don't worry, you'll be a great therapist ahead. Thank you. Anyone who is left? Or, okay, I believe no one. Okay, so here comes my small introduction. I would be the facilitator of this inner child healing course. My name is Sradhanjali Dasgupta. I was the former state president of West Bengal Mental Wellness Council, former state president and district president of Mothers Army. Right now, I'm pursuing my PhD, like that. This is my final year. next year I would be submitting my final paper. And right now I'm the state coordinator of Human Rights of India as well as West Bengal. And also I'm a queer affirmative, king affirmative, and expressive art therapist. And apart from that, I have completed my so many courses. So leaving that so many courses, I'm also a certified sex therapist from Sex Therapists Association of India and a lactation consultant and menstruation educator. I have been practicing since 2016, like around last 15, so it's 2016. So I welcome you all to this course. I wish we would have a lovely journey ahead of all these classes. So feel free to ask me any sort of questions. But if I don't know, I would be very honest. I would definitely ask a time that, yeah, I don't know this answer. I would come back. But definitely I would come back because it's not possible for, I feel that it's not possible for me to know everything. But don't worry, I'm going to come back. And yes, after every classes, we are going to have activities so that you all can understand how activities can help your clients. So this is it. So I'm not doing any activity today because I understand you people won't have any stuffs like pen, paper, scissors, or glue. But from tomorrow, before the class start, at least 3 to 4 hours before, I'll mention what are the things we need. Okay, so this is all from my end. So I would ask everyone, actually, I can only see Divya ma'am, if you all can come up on camera because I am very like, I don't know what to say, but I feel that if I'm not seeing anyone, I'm like, oh, if it's only my laptop I'm seeing. So I would request everyone to please be on camera. So yeah, after a long time, I'm seeing so many faces. Wow, 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 great. Okay, so any idea what is inner child healing?
Yes, I feel like when we were child, we face certain traumas, such emotions that at that time we were not able to express, or we don't know how to express, how to take this that emotion. So those suppressed emotions, they get remained in our body or in our mind. So when we grow up, somewhere those traumas, they keep on affecting our life some way or the other, so that need to be healed. So that is, I feel, that is inner child.
Yes, any other opinion? Yes, Poonam, you wanted to say something? Okay, okay. So yes, inner child is more of a inner child work where we try to heal a child. For example, definitely before this definition, if I go on how or what are the types of trauma you all can understand. So I'm going to talk about all the traumas which came to me. Like literally, I dealt with so many things. So number one is the physical abuse. Now, as the name suggests, physical abuse. Let me talk about one of a very like recent case on Monday, last week Monday. So this was a boy of 14 years. And I saw this boy in 1:1 session in my hospital. So the moment he came up, I saw so many cuts in his hand, in his back, his lips, and I was so shocked. I asked the boy what had happened. He was like, I don't like to live with my mom. I said, why? Why don't you like to live with your mom? What is the main reason? He said me, do you even, and he called me by my name, and I liked that thing that he did not call me Didi, ma'am, something. He was like, Shranti, can I call you Shraddha? And he was too cute. So yeah, whatever name you are comfortable, you can call me. Now he said me, Shraddha, do you know I'm not comfortable with staying with my mom? I said, why? What does your mom does? He said me, this is my original mother, my biological mother, and I have a stepmother also. My stepmother is far more better than my biological mother. I said, why? He said me that the moment his father, like this 14 years old child father, goes off for his office, his mother spranks him very badly at the back with a hot rod. Like there is a stick or rod sort of thing. She spranks him at the back. I said, what do you do? I don't do anything. But my mom thinks that my father got married to my new mother, that is the stepmother, because of me. And he is not fully fair. He is a boy who belongs, no, I won't say who belongs, but the skin color. Because of his skin color, the mom, every single day, she beats him. Now I asked from how long this is happening. He said me when I was in 5 or 6, either 5 years or 6 years. Now could you imagine in the 14? Now he is 14. Even if I consider 6 that from the age of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, so many years, almost 7 to 8 years, he is under this torture. And then that was not the first session, that was the third session. He talked about so many things that was not, I did not think that a 14 years old boy can talk. If I talk about sexual abuse, now please don't confuse that abuse means it has to be a sort of verbal abuse, it can be physical abuse also. Okay. Now he said me, do you know my mother don't like my father? Why? I said, why does it's not liking? He said me, because my father is having a small penis. I said, how do you know this? Because it's far much more beyond our capacity. Even at this age, I have like, if I have a partner, if I'm not having that sort of intimacy, I won't go around the bushes and I will tell, yeah, my partner is having a small penis. Even in the class also, I wouldn't feel that comfortable to talk. But no, definitely I would feel comfortable, because when I talk about sex, when I talk about masturbation, I would be. But a 14 years old boy, not adjustable or not understandable. I said, how do you know? He said me, once in a blue moon, his mother said me, like his mother asked him that please come when I and your father would be having intercourse, just observe how your father does. Now, intercourse is a sort of vaginal intercourse. And from that, and he was that the age was 10 or 11, yeah, 2 or 3 years back. He saw his mom and that mom and biological dad performing intercourse. Now he said me that Shraddhanjali, Shraddha, I don't like my mom. I said, why again? I understand your mom is not good for you, because as a therapist we can't tell that no, your mom is good. Now he said me, now the moment I am not going to school. I said, why? My mom had enrolled me in an online school. Abhi, there are so many online stuffs. I understand. I don't know what is online school, but I heard from, yeah. He said me, my mom wants to perform intercourse with me, and I'm not familiar with that. I said, what did your mom did? He said me, my mom hold my penis, and my penis is 5 inches or 6 inches. And he, like her mother, like his mother, brought some sort of oil to get massage and enlarge the penis. And at the age of 14, it's not completely not understandable. Do you even imagine if when the boy is growing up, because it's not possible for me or it's not possible for the boy also, because he came through a source of his friend, and it's not possible for me to have so many sessions like 30, 40, 60 sessions, or have him back every single year. Could you imagine what sort of mentality or what sort of perception he is getting towards the mother? And he uttered the word at every session that I hate girls. And he said me, Shraddhanjali, I could show you a picture and a video. I said, yeah, you can show me if you are comfortable, definitely. He did a video when his mother was performing oral sex with the client. He had hidden his camera, the phone, and in a very long distance that has been captured, and he knows so many stuffs in like phone and everything, and he did the editing and everything so that it's in the house, no one can understand. And he said me that Shraddhanjali, in the last of the session, he said me, I want to stab my mother because it hurts me. Clear this with physical and sexual abuse. Definitely, I'm going to talk how you all can walk or what other, but this is the initial classes. Next is the emotional abuse. Now, emotional abuse is like a sort of thing. Okay, let me give my own example. When I was in class 2 3, my mother is a criminal psychologist, and hence my genetic is of in this field. I did not get my mother any single day. My mother was not available with me, whether it's a PTA meeting, whether it's an exhibition in our school. I knew my mother was not there. It was only my grandma, grandpa, and all my aunts. Okay, so I used to miss her. Like when I was in class 10, I remember that was the first very initial session I took for my therapy. and it was basically the cord cutting and shadow work. Definitely, I'm going to talk about what is cord cutting and what is shadow. So, emotional abuse means when none of the parents are available. When I talk about the child, types of child, the hero child, the scapegoat, the blackmail child, the muniscot, the joker, you all can relate to what type of child can be coming up from this, and I would make you all understand how. Now, emotional abuse means, for example, I need someone emotionally. Okay, I need to vent out my emotion. No one is available. And back during my age, I remember I did not had a school counselor. Only the teachers was available. So I need a vent out session. I need to talk about my issues. I need to talk about my emotion. Whom? Not my grandma, because I understand she won't understand. Even my grandpa was not that stable. Not in stable means in sort of emotional or in sort of physical stability. And my both the aunts were like, okay, theek hai. Both my parents were working. So I lacked this sort of issue. And I had issues still now because still she is working. So this is what emotional abuse means. And emotional abuse and physical neglect are quite interconnected. If a child, like coming up from my background, I did not have that much of physical thing, like my mom did not hug me, or even if she used to hug, I don't remember. If I was sleeping in the night, if someone is hugging me, I won't be remembering that. None of us, I believe none of us. And it can come up from parenting also, the one who have authoritative parenting. Whatever I say, you have to obey, otherwise I'm not going to talk to you. Physical abuse means when there are lack of physical connection, intimacy. Now it can be in terms of both husband and wife also. Definitely in the upcoming classes I'm going to talk about the hero wala thing, when you all can understand what exactly is physical and what exactly is emotional and how it get connected, the wheels of emotion. Clear till now, I believe?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next is the mental illness. Now, mental illness can range from any sort of neurotic disorder or psychotic disorder, anything. Depression, anxiety, schizophrenia. I won't say I had a client, but this was my cousin. I knew my uncle was having schizophrenia, and it was when I like in my whenever I got my conscious back, I saw that yeah, he was hallucinating. That time I did not know what exactly is hallucination, but Abhi I know that yeah, he had schizophrenia. My cousin sister still had this, that I'm not going to get married to a very good guy because my father is schizophrenic. Because in our culture, not I would talk about my culture being a Bengali, that there is a thing that if your parents are not physically stable, in that house we are not going to give any sort of girl or boy. So still she have that issue. But again, I would like to be very clear with this. Most of the healers claim that all the childhood traumas which I would be talking around is pictured, it would be cleared, like it would be very cleared, but no. Think about my age, I am 31. Do you think even my emotional and physical abuse or physical neglect can it be healed up with any sort of therapy? Anyone? Would you all think that yeah, my thing would be healed up?
Feel, at least the association with the
uh I believe Poonamji, your
yeah.
fan of like your fan is turning at a very high speed. It's breaking. I hope it's for everyone.
Yeah. So I guess it can heal.
Hmm.
At least we can do awareness where we can associate the intense emotion with the remembrance of the situation,
Yes.
and maybe the intensity can be reduced, and we can control over the impact of the past with the current relationship.
Yes, yeah, but it won't be totally healed up. We can psychoeducate the client. We can help the client to readjust, reparenting. Yeah, definitely I would be talking about reparenting in the coming slides, but it won't be healed up. There are therapists or there are healers who claims that yeah, it would be healed up, but please don't go into this mess that no, it won't be healed up. If a girl of 40 years is coming to you and talking about any of the traumas in this slide, you can't, because she has already dealt at the age of 2, 3, 4, or 5. And coming at the age of 40, we as a healer, or we can think we can heal up. No, it can't. But definitely we can give some sort of coping techniques, or we can do some sort of cord cutting. There are so many level of cord cutting. Definitely we can do hypnotherapy to help the client overcome. But again, all should. But in inner child, we don't use any sort of therapy. CBT, REBT, dream therapy, we don't use. We only use activity based thing. Definitely, I'm going to talk about all the activities. Not all, but mostly I'm going to cover. So, none of the traumas would be getting healed up, but yeah, the client would be adjusting. Like I am right now, okay. I know that, yeah, my mom was working. I can't remove the fact that no, I did not get my mom. That is, no, I need my mom. No, I can't do like that right now. It's of no use. I know I can't go back, but definitely I can go back again with visualization, with empty chair technique, with Zen doodling. We can go back. Okay.
But
Huh.
uh,
Hmm.
yeah, I would like to ask, like, if we change our perspective, like, if my mother was in a service, and at that time I used to miss my mother,
Hmm.
like, why she's not with me. But now I'm grown up. I know because she has to do her job. That's why she was not with me.
Hmm.
So that changed my perspective now. That she's right, because she was doing job. So when we change our perspective, don't you think that we have healed ourselves?
No, I'll come this. Okay, definitely before coming to divorce, I'm going to answer your question. See, if you tell me that, yeah, my mother was working, definitely my mother was a criminal psychologist and she's also working with CBI and CID, still dead, till dead. But if I talk about my sisters, like my pupa, or my one of my aunt, she used to hold a very good position in UNESCO, like UCO Bank in Kolkata. Okay. The moment she conceived, then also she was working, but when she went through the process of delivery till 20 years, she did not go to bank, and still now she is not working, but yeah, she had given. So when I see my aunt, for example, if I talk about my own self, when I see my aunt, when I see any of my friends' mother, when I hear some of the stories in YouTube or anyone with their client, I feel no, my mother should can have given up at least
Okay.
till 10 years, or at least till 5 years, the very initial time, the period of lactation. She used to feed me. I don't remember, but all my parents said me, because I stay in a very joint family. So I came to know from my family members that yeah, the moment she used to feed me, she used to give me like to my grandmother and Abhi isko sambalo, and she used to dress up and she used to go out. Now I understand, yeah, being a criminal psychologist is not a very easy job. But I again have a second phase that what if she could have spared her at least 5 years of her time? So
Okay.
it's not healed up. If I
Okay.
talk about my perspective, or generally I had dealt with 5,000 plus client in this spectrum of inner child, I can give you the assurance, ma'am, that almost 80% of the client would come up with this what perspective I am telling, that no, she can have given up. Yeah, definitely father can't give up his job as per the scenario or the like norms and everything. But what about my mother? And this is the time where we go with the cord cutting process.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Welcome. Next is the divorce. Now, again, I would like to talk about my own, one of my own, very own client. Now, she was my client, then she became my very good friend, though I know it's not ethical. But why she became my friend? She had gone through the process of masters and she was my student. And then from student, she became my friend. So, this is a whole chain system. So, she came with a case. She was 25 years old when she came up to me. She said me when she was 10 or 11, again I forgot the age. At that very age, she saw both the parents got separated. Now, why separated? Because the mom was not very capable of performing sexual activity in form of all the position. Now, what exactly is position? If any one of you ask me, Shraddhanjali, position, what is position? There are more than 1,000+ positions which you all can search about what sex position. Chair pose, horse pose, dog pose, cat pose, elephant pose. I'm not talking about Kama Sutra, but generally there are so many positions. And even as a sex therapist, also, I can tell you my teacher also don't know what are so many poses, because there are so many poses like king of formation. Okay. So this particular girl's mom she was not comfortable in many of the poses. She did not know, and she was not well with oral sex because she feel that yuck sort of feeling the moment she used to put the penis in the mouth, and hence the father went for divorce for this reason. Okay, and this case was being filed in High Court in Kolkata itself, and then from High Court that came up to me. So this is also a case of trauma. Now she said me that suddenly I can clearly remember when I was in class 5, every single day I used to see my mom crying because of the cases which I'm talking are all from my culture, that is Bengali, and there are so many rituals or so many stigmas associated with my culture that if your husband is getting separated with you, that means you are not a good woman. If you are not being able to bear a child, that means some problem is there with you yourself, not with your husband. Even if your husband is infertile, you can't tell. So for this particular reason, both the parents went through the process of divorce. Divorce was filed, it happened, then the husband got married again. Then she said me when she was in masters, right now she was 23, 25, and right now she is 32 or 33. She gave me a message that Shraddhanjali, I knew that not only because my mother was not frequent with all this sex position, but my father had a long-term girlfriend. And the moment they got married, within 6 months, her mother conceived. And they did not knew each other very well. So divorce can also be a sort of, because still this is being very prevalent. And she said me, now I'm not going to get married. Her mom is giving all the ads in sort of matrimonies, paper, everything. And she said me, not only to me, to her mom, that ever in my life I'm not going to get married because I hate boys. I said, do you like girls? She was like, no, I'm not in this spectrum, but I don't like to get intimate because I have seen my mother going through this phase, and it's very pathetic. From 10 years till 32, the count of years, it won't get healed up. But we can help the client to understand the fact that yeah, this can happen. And yes, we help, like I won't say we help, but yeah, cord cutting helps a lot. At least I have seen in my case, I have seen in the cases of my clients. Not only cord cutting, shadow works also helps. And there are many forms of cord cutting, and there are many rituals to be performed before cord cutting. Definitely, I'm going to give the practical demonstration. Next is substance abuse. Now, anyone, if you all are working in a rehab center, if you all talk to the individual who are admitted in the rehab center, you can understand what exactly they go through. I'm not talking about rehabilitation psychologists, leave this topic. I'm only talking about people. If any one of you have a chance of working with rehab center, you can understand. I had a case long back, and that was my very initial case. I saw that it was all striked off with blade, and this was a boy, forgot the age, sorry. So the moment I asked him that what exactly is the case, why did you do so, he said me, I don't feel like leaving. And what was the extreme, you can't imagine, the moment he used to strike off his hand, he used to give salt, and it was like sort of feeling, and he used to apply salt, and his threshold was so high, he did not even said for a single day, oof, I'm getting hurt. Now, again with substance abuse, not a similar, but a most similar case. I had a friend, and she's a very modern friend of mine, I believe. She had almost 34 boyfriends. Okay. In the career of 31 years, like in a year of 31, she had almost 34 boyfriends. And the moment she used to go through the process of breakup, she used to make a tattoo. Okay, and at the back, and it's a ladder form. And I used to tell one, two, three, four. Now why? Because she was highly addicted. Not only substance, she was highly addicted into sex also. Without sex or without performing intimacy, she was not a girl to live for even 10 minutes. Every single night she used to have a partner, and it was different partner. Now I wrote substance abuse, but it can be sex abuse also, like sexual intimate abuse. I need someone. My libido is so high that I can't sit for a moment. I need someone. And when I saw my friend, I was like, what the hell she did? Her nipples was beaten off in such a manner that she was like, Abhi, don't call me. I am applying icebergs. Like she used to have ice pack and she used to apply that. Because she used to go with different boys and people from like boy, I won't say boys only, there are girls also whose thresholds are very high. She used to mingle with such sort of boys who had issues with their sex. Like if they used to bite, they used to put the like nishan, the marks, the scars over there. And it was both oral as well as vaginal sex, and it was pretty difficult for her to cope. And then the history of both is their mom and dad was also in this area, like substance abuse. To overcome this boy started cutting slicing of the wrist, definitely this boy. But my friend, this girl one, she for the pleasure that I am sexually abused, not sexually abused, it's not a abuse, I won't say as abuse. She likes to have performed sex, and it was from class 5 I saw her. She had issues with more than kink. Wala. She used to tie her hand and she used to tell some sort of like my mostly friends circle that bite my nipples, bite my stomach. And she was very high on that because she has seen something, but she radically don't want to speak up. And there can be cases also they won't talk to you. Like as a healer, you it's pretty difficult to make out what exactly is the trauma or what exactly is the function, why the child came up to me. So at that time we definitely go with art because it's pretty difficult, because there are certain sort of clients who are very rigid, not only in talking that what exactly is my problem, in understanding that yeah, what my healer is saying is right, but I can't tell no you are right, I am wrong. I can't tell. For example, client like this, I can't tell my healer no you are right, I am wrong. For that, it's pretty important to go with the process of art therapy. Now, in art therapy, what I generally do, or what my teacher Dr. Rajashi taught me, is go with HTP test, house tree person test. You can identify the level of trauma from the trunk of the tree. And it's pretty important to identify what is the level, because people can come up and tell, no, I don't have any trauma. Each and everyone who are present in the class, I'm not talking that everyone would have gone through all these phases, but have dealt or have seen someone dealing with this. But the moment we approach someone, it's like, no, I don't want to talk. It's not only because of stigma, it's because I don't want to vent out. People are there who don't want to vent out their emotion. Like my friend, the case which I said, she could easily have vented out instead of going for tattoo. Because I have 2 tattoos, I understand the pain, and there is a big reason why people make tattoo. If anyone knows the tattoo psychology, we can understand. But she is on the process, and still it's an ongoing process. 34th I said, till I have the remembrance of the fact that yeah, she have 34 boyfriends. I won't say boyfriend, it's a sort of partner for sexual cravings. Clear up to like a substance abuse. Okay. Now violence against your mother. Now this cases. Now please make. I won't say make a note, but please keep in your mind this sort of cases. If you all are dealing with people from correctional home, you can see this sort of cases. I would tell a very own case. my father is a avid what to say donator of Ramakrishna Mission from Kolkata. Okay. So it was in the year 2015 when I first went to Ramakrishna Mission, and I did my internship from there itself. One of my internship, not all, but one of my internship. So the Maharaja, my father said that this is my daughter and she is about to practice within the next 3 months and so forth. So Maharaja said, Shraddhanjali, could you talk to this particular girl? And she was so cute. I said, yeah, I would love to talk. I don't have any issue. I would love to talk. She was completely rigid for a very long time. She for 1.5 hours, because the moment I and my dad used to go, it was like we used to spend from the morning like 8 a.m. in the morning to 10 p.m. in the night in that ashram itself, because donation was there, khana pina was there, everything. So I said that why you are not talking, you are not liking me na? No, I don't want to talk. I said, why you are here? It was a complete stop from her side. So as I knew certain things, I went with a movement. I went with a free float movement that whatever I do, you are going to do. And I remember the third thing which I did it, the hugging wala pose. Okay. Now it is called self hugging, and it's a part of inner child only. This way. Okay. Now she started crying, and I got very nervous that what was the major issue, why she's crying. Now I went to the Maharaja, the junior Maharaja, and I said, I narrated the whole story. He said me, Shraddhanjali, sit for 10 minutes. I'm going to talk what it had exactly happened. So the history of this girl was, and then my father adopted and we adopted, but it was a not sort of legal adoption, definitely, because we can't take the girl out because of certain um, issues with law and order. But still we donate the girl, and I claim her as my own sister. And she is also on a perspective that my mother is also her mother. Her mother, she was a household maid, okay, and every single day she used to see that her father beating her mother, her brother beating her mother. All the male figures in the house used to beat the mother, and they used to slap the mother in such a way that she used to bleed from here, over here. Scars were there full. Now after 20 years almost dealing in that toxic relationship, her mother one night she decided that I'm going to put some sort of medicines in the food. The moment they are going to sleep, I'm going to stab. And she exactly did the same. She exactly did the same, and after so many years also she conceived. It was not a very easy conception, like she conceived in a very bad form. Now this delivery of her was happened in jail itself. Okay. Now she remembers everything. Now she had stabbed almost 7 members, male members in her family, in one single night, and that was a very huge popular case in Kolkata. Uh, Now, whenever I think about that case, I get goosebumps. But still, now after she came up, she gave a birth to a baby girl. She was quite happy, but it was not the fact, because there are certain laws which says that the mother can keep the daughter after so and so number of age. Because of lactation, they can keep, but after they can't keep. So this girl, she is right now 10 years old. She goes to visit her mother in a Kolkata jail, like the jail where she is there. Now, not every day, every single month. That is the third of Sunday. She goes and visits, and then she comes back. Now, I remember the last month when me and my father went, she said me, Didi, I don't like to stay over here, and I don't like that stupid mother of mine who has stabbed my father. Though I understand, and she is quite intelligent. Whatever I ask her, she is like, हाँ मेरे को पता है. And she is so tech friendly. उसको सब कुछ पता है. Now what she said me, Shraddhanjali, I don't like to stay over here. Didi, do you know? I don't like to. Please take me home, to your home, and I want to stay with you, your mother, your brother, with your whole extended family and your family itself. But we can't come up with that solution, because we can't, because there are so many legal restrictions we are going to get into. And at this age, not my age but my father's age, he don't want. So it's a good thing that, yeah, we are giving donation for her studies, and she studies whatever she needs. Me and my father both donates. She thinks that yeah, whatever she like her mother have gone through this phase, it's not okay, definitely. But again, she have a issue with why did my mother stabbed all, and she's 10 plus. So this particular violence against mother, like mother stabbing, there were so many cases in Delhi also, I read it, that the mother stabbed almost 17 male members in a family. And then the perspective of the boy was different, that yeah, a sort of pittiness was there. But again, perspective can vary. So this particular thing you all can see if you all are working in a correctional home with a criminal psychologist or with a forensic anyone, or even if you all are conducting workshops with like jails, you all can see these violence against mother case in a very prominent way. Like I walked in Dum Dum, like in my area, I have seen more than 50 plus, not much, but 50 plus can be 55 or 60, but not 100 also. Because I don't feel comfortable in having a word with daughters or son who feels that no, my mom is bad or my dad is bad, because of I have certain other perspective. So I terminate these sessions. Okay, next is mental illness. Okay, double way. Okay, now having a relative who has been sent to jail. Now, this is also a thing which you all can see with the jail structure or the correctional home. My uncle, yeah, my uncle had adopted my brother. Now, not my own, my cousin. Now, what exactly happened is that both the mom and dad stabbed the entire family. Like my brother, he's an adopted one. Uska jo legal, like biological mom and dad the, they had stabbed the entire family of three members, like grandma, grandpa, and the sister. Now, for what reason? For getting all the like financial structure in their, well, like in their favor, because it was they had certain soft, because I don't know exactly what for what reason, because I did not get a chance to meet with them. But still my brother, not my own, again I'm telling, but still he feels that I should not be on this favor, or I should not be in this structure, and no one is going to marry me. Now all these things, or all the traumas you all can see, one question or one thing you all can hear, if the girl or if the boy is not married, they can tell abhi mera shadi nahi hoga, and it's very common. I dealt with Telugu families. I dealt with Uriya families. When I was in Guwahati, I dealt with Guwahatians also, the Assamese family. It's common that now I'm not going to get married because of so and so things happened with not me, but with my family. Because pehle we talk about the families and all. So what exactly we can do? We can't remove the fact no you are going to get married, because there are certain sort of like family structure who feels that no, family should be entirely crystal clear, no certain sort of spot would be there. But again, no sort of psycho education, no CBT, no dream therapy, no psychodynamic, nothing. We are going to listen to them unbiasedly without uttering anything, because we can't help. If today I tell that to anyone that yeah, I'm not going to get married, I know, and yeah, if I start crying, if anyone starts CBT with me, definitely I won't feel good. No, I know the fact. I'm coming up from such a family's tradition that I know that I was being physical. For example, my mom and dad had a divorce. I am from substance case or substance use case, and no one is going to get married to me. So, as a healer, we don't use any therapy. So, this is what the difference between a healer and a therapist is. While we are healer in childhood or inner child healing, we don't use any therapy because काम नहीं आएगा. Nothing would benefit because the client perspective won't change, and the client is not going to come back to you even after 20 sessions. Luckily, they can come if they are feeling, yeah, they are improving. But mostly thinking in that way that after 5 sessions, they are not going to come. We can't change the perspective, because if someone says me, Shraddhanjali, it's okay na, your mother had walked for that reason. You are, and definitely I tell that today, whatever I am is because of my mother. I have used her contact. But again, I can't change the fact. What if she would be with me? I could have even done much more better, getting like better thing. So no one can change the perspective of anyone. I'm not talking about any sort of therapy. I'm not a therapist right now. I'm just a healer. So what we can do, we can gently listen to the client. We can pat over here. Now please be sure that in my last batch, one of my students Ved asked me, Sradhanjali, can we pat over here? No, we can't pat over there. We can pat over here. Over here we can pat, over here we can pat. But again with the permission of the client. It's okay. Now for example, if the client is removing the hand, we can't pat. That means a no to over here also, a cross over here also. So we have to understand how the client is reciprocating. It can be because I had a very long case of 40 session and 20 session. I remember that was entire like cord cutting. But again, I had a very shorter case of 2 days. The client did not came back. And I don't feel bad because there are therapists or there are healers who says that yeah, I have clients who are very strict, like who would come back even after 15 session. ऐसा नहीं होता है. There are clients who won't come back and there are clients who would come back again and again. In 2013 I saw, not, it was not my own case. I was doing my internship. I saw the client at the like in the year 2013. Then somehow he got my connection, he got my number, and he came back because he stopped the therapy over there and he said me, Sradhanjali, at that time you were a student and legally you can't take a case, and hence I did not came back. In the year 2018, yeah, 18 before Corona. No, sorry, 19. He came. So it can come. But again, please be sure whatever approaches you all are using, it can help the client, it can't help the client. Please don't feel bad. No, it did not help my client. All the cases are not successful. For me, I can tell you, if I see 10 cases are there, 7 are successful, 3 aren't successful. That doesn't mean I am a bad healer or I'm a bad therapist. No. I assure that yeah, I have given my 100% to all these 7 and all these 3 clients also. But it did not work out. Somewhere it did not align to my face. Okay.
But I would like to ask one thing, like, can we heal? Like you are saying, it's not possible to heal. So
Hmm.
can we heal a person using inner child?
Yes.
Or yeah, we can heal. Like cases can be successful.
Yes. If you are knowing what exactly is the wound. If I
Okay.
talk about wound কোথায় গেল? If I wound is not in this PPT, but yeah, if I talk about the when I'll do the wound portion, if any one of you all know how to heal wound, because wound differs. Like mother wound. For example, I had an issue with mother. Okay, I told about emotional abuse and physical neglect. And I particularly mentioned that yeah, it was my mother. That means it's my mother wound. If I would have said that my father was not available, my father was, especially father wound come up from Navy family, army, pilots. So wound can be healed. Wound, now as I said, when I was in graduation also, I saw the my mother was not there. She was the very bad mother. And yes, I have write-ups. When I was in my inner child sessions, I had the write-ups. I wrote my mother is very bad. I don't like my mother. But after 7 cord cutting, not 7, 6 cord cutting session, on 7th I wrote, yeah, my mother was quite beautiful because I used her contact. She knew criminal psychology, though I'm not a criminal psychologist. I did a diploma, honestly, but I can't call myself as a criminal psychologist or a forensic psychologist. But yes, what I did, I used her contact. I dealt with cases, now not personally, I dealt with cases with Rajan sir, I dealt with cases with Pooja Tomar, and I got so many contacts. The one person behind this was my mother. So perspective changed. At least
Yes.
20% I got healed up. 80% did not get healed up. But it can be on a different perspective. For client, it can be 80% healed up, 20% not, or 50-50. It differs.
Okay.
Again, it differs from client to clients. Okay. Now what you think? What can be the biggest reason for a trauma. Leaving all the all the things which I said.
Feeling ignored,
Feeling
feeling left out,
okay. Any other?
not getting the reassurance,
Reassurance. Okay, that means the lost child. Okay. Anything else?
Feeling of insecurity.
Insecurity. Okay, that means against the lost child. Any other? Yes,
feeling
Meghna.
lost.
Ma'am, parents having too much of expectations and kid is not being able to, fulfill that. So that might leave with worthlessness. Ki I am not worth, I am not good enough. Like that. That can be also a childhood trauma.
The hero
And
child
even
you
peer
basically
pressure,
spoke about.
like comparison with other kids,
Okay.
friends.
Yes,
Yeah.
perfect wala child. Anyone who feels that blaming, like you can't do anything. तेरे से नहीं होगा, तुमसे नहीं होगा.
Hmm.
That can be also a see if you combined all those thing and also you can include yours like the way like Harpit ma'am said, Poonam ma'am said, Meghna ma'am said, or in fact the thing which I said like blaming, तुमसे नहीं होगा, you can't do this. So anything can be in the trauma depending on the intensity, also depending on parenting. Now for example you can ask me why Shraddhanjali, why on parenting. Now I would like to tell my own case. Okay, I'm not giving any example, my very own case. In the year 2023, when Dr. Ida Datta, she's a renowned celebrity psychologist, psychiatrist. Again, I would be confusing. She's a celebrity psychiatrist. Uh, one fine morning, I got a call. Shraddhanjali, Shraddhanjali. I was like, what the hell? What happened? What happened? She said me, would you be sitting in a very good post? I said, what is the post? I need to know. She said me on the post of state president. I was like, no, no, I can't be. मेरे से तो नहीं होगा. And she was like, no, no, you can be. I said, नहीं, मेरे से नहीं होगा. Then she said me, okay, fine. She started doing CBT and it did not help me, neither her. She disconnected the phone. And after 1 week, I saw my ID card, I saw my number, I saw my like badge, which are being delivered in my house. I was like, what shit? And I was like, मेरे से तो नहीं होगा because I got the position of state president. Because to handle a city, it's okay, but entire West Bengal is pretty difficult. I was like, what the hell she did it? I called up her and she was not responding to my call. So, okay, fine. I was going through the intense training because president ke baad I had to go through the process of training, like how to do, how to collaborate. Fine. I met the CEO that is of Wiki, that is Harvin ma'am, Harbin Arora Rai, and she gave me such motivational stuff. Basically, she did motivational enhancement therapy. So I was like, okay, fine, I was doing well. 2022 entire I worked, 2023 entire I worked. On 2024, I came up with several Facebook posts, not me, but the cases, the screenshot where people did not tag me because I would get the notification. People just wrote my name, Shraddhanjali. How can Shraddhanjali be at the age of 28, 29? She can hold the post of this, she can hold the post of that, blah, 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 blah. So many stuffs. And again, in the moment they started criticizing me, again at the age, in this year, I got the position of district president. And I was like, what the hell? एक तो नहीं हो रहा है और दूसरा. I was like, Abhi Harvin ma'am, I called ma'am, I said, ma'am, I can't handle. No, Shraddhanjali, you have to handle. Okay, chalo, theek hai. I did well with all my posts. No one complained to me that, yeah, you are doing this. But yeah, I was lagging somewhere. Now, I got so many criticism, and in fact one of a very good criticism was I had a good review of in my Google on 5 on 5. Okay, one of my very close friend, I used to call her my best friend, she opened a fake Facebook account, Gmail account, and so other stuffs, and she said Shraddhanjali is not a good trainer, Shraddhanjali is not a good teacher, blah blah blah, and she wrote some sort of negative review in my Google and Facebook page, which has downed my SEO and my like likings and everything. So that did not hamper me. Okay. But if I talk about my own sister, she's a dancer. One of her junior has criticized her that, ma'am, today your eyeliner, because she was having a performance, your eyeliner was not good, and she did not go out of the house for next 7 days. She started crying. She was like, no, मेरे को नहीं खाना है, I'm not good, because of parenting. Because of parenting, for people who keep on blaming, तुमसे नहीं हो पाएगा. Even I, still now, I am being criticized. But what exactly I like to be criticized? Yeah, people can criticize. It's their opinion. Again, I can't tell, no, please don't criticize me. I can't tell people. It would it would impact how well you are handling your own self. Now, for the same case, like my case, I can give you a similar case of Gaurav Gill. Like, I don't know anyone who is aware of Gaurav Gill. He's a body language expert. He's my very good friend. Though the moment if you all search him on LinkedIn and Facebook, you all can find he's very old. But yeah, he's 45, but still he's a very good friend of mine. So he works with CID and he was my mom's student. So Gaurav case is also similar. Okay. Gaurav's father was in police, mother was a deputy chairman. Both the story like mine and his is pretty same, not difficult, different, but pretty same. But the fact is, I can move on. I had moved on. But whenever we sit on for an adda or some sort of party, he's like, "Gosh, my mom would have given me time." But I don't tell. I'm very happy with what I am. What if? Yeah, my mother did not give me 10 TK. I can't go to my past and heal up. But yeah, I can visualize that. Yeah, I'm with my mom. Definitely, there are techniques. Again, what we are thinking can differ from person to person. How well we are understanding ourselves, introspection. For example, if I ask, generally when I talk, when I get a chance to do school workshop, if I ask the student, tell me 7 good qualities, after 2 or 3, they are like, Shraddhanjali ma'am, I don't know, because they are not aware of themselves. Introspection nahi hua. So we need to introspect. We need to understand the fact that yeah, we are this, we can do this. Now, people, there are so many organizations which says me, Shraddhanjali, do an workshop on research, how to do research and stat. I said, मेरे से नहीं होगा. And they're like, you have cracked PhD. I said, yeah, I cracked PhD. Unluckily, I cracked PhD. But I'm not very good in research. Luckily, my mentor is too supportive, and hence I can do my paper also. We need to know our boundary. We need to know our limitation, and we need to know ourselves that yeah, we are good in this, we are not good in this. So it doesn't make the fact that, yeah, I'm not good in this, that means I am not liked by anyone. No, we are liked by our own self. And we have to teach this client only, or to all the client. The moment we see, this is called the self-hugging technique. The moment we see, we hug each other, right? How many of we hug ourselves? We don't hug. We don't hug. Definitely I hug, but after my inner child course, when I did it in the when I was in class 9, I believe. From that day onwards, I started. Still now, I hug myself. After I get up in the morning, I am completely naked before taking a bath, and I hug myself because I love my body. There are people who are very thin and they're like, oh, I am too thin. I don't like to be too thin. The moment you think that you are not liking your body would give up. That is the power of manifestation. Definitely, I'm going to talk. Don't worry. So anything can be the trauma depending on the mentality or depending on the parenting, how well the parenting was done. Clear up to here? Okay. Now dysfunctional family. Now tell me, what is functional family?
So they're supportive of their bachas, and they're supportive and pulling up their spouses also, and being inclusive and
Hmm,
including everybody, and where they're okay with mistakes being done,
hmm.
accepting them, or encouraging the person, okay, fine, you've done this mistake, but now this is the way you can improve, and it's okay to make mistakes. And so functional families are more realistic than having those, societal norms and all. So yeah, that's what I feel.
Yes, yes, yes. Any other opinion on what exactly is functional family? Hmm.
Yes, functional families where parents know how to do parenting, they respect boundaries of each other. So I believe that is functional family. Like we can't say perfect because perfect doesn't exist.
Yes,
Almost perfect, we can say.
yes. So the exact opposite of
Yeah.
function. Yes, yes, Poonamji.
Yeah, so for me, the functional family where the couple themselves, accept themselves with their limitation and the strength, they have mutual respect. And I guess then only, even knowing any parenting course, they will be pass on the values and upbringing to child. So they, if they are not abusive, they have a mutual respect and the environment is enabling. That is functional family for me.
Yes, yes. Perfect, perfect. Yes. People like the parents know their boundaries, but in dysfunctional family, they are not aware of. For example, they are emotionally unavailable, as I talked about. Now, please don't confuse that parents who are not available any single day, that doesn't mean dysfunctional. For example, I remember every from Monday to Friday, my mother used to work, but on Saturdays and Sundays, she was there with me. But again, parenting, like as Poonamji rightly mentioned, that without doing any sort of parenting classes, definitely I had. Like today itself in the morning, one of her parents, she came up to me and said, Shraddhanjali, do you know I left my banking job? I was in the Hyderabad, I was in Hyderabad bank, then I shifted to Kolkata. I left my job because of my twins and they don't listen to me. I did not smile, but I was having some question at the back of my head. The moment she stopped, I said, Ma'am, from how long do you give up? From morning, do you know, at 4 in the morning, I get up and then I don't get a time even to sit. I said, for the whole day, do you give time to your twins like they are 10 years old? No, beach may I take my phone, beach may I take my laptop, beach may I communicate with my friend, I have my kitty parties. I was just nodding my head. Then I had to explain her the difference between quality and quantity. It doesn't matter if you are giving 10 hours of time to your son, to your daughter, to any of the partners. If you are giving 10 minutes also, please make sure you are mindfully with the clinic, like with the partners or with the child. I understand we have so many works, but for 10 minutes we can give. We can have a deadline or we can have a strict rule that after this I'm not going to take a phone call or after this I'm not going to revert back to our messages. I'm not telling that to be very harsh or something. It's a sort of assertiveness, a clear communication that, yeah, after 10 in the night, it's a family time. Sunday, no phone calls. Even if you all are calling, for example, I won't be receiving because that is the one day I'm giving it to my parents or giving it to my daughter or son or to my family. We need to communicate. But in dysfunctional family, it doesn't happen. They are neither available physically, nor emotionally, nor mentally. Now, over here, I don't know whether, no, I did not write. So here, one term, but no, I did not write. I won't say there is a separate PPT which I would be sharing. So in this dysfunctional family, there is a term called cold father and mother. Any idea what is cold mom and dad?
Emotionally not available for the kids.
Yes. Emotionally, they are detached from each other. कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. If the daughter is crying, whether the son is crying, it won't affect. I'll share a YouTube video. Please make please keep a reminder of that. I'll share a YouTube video on old mom, not on father, because I did not see a video on that, but it's a cold mother sort of thing, where the video has portrayed that the daughter needed her, like both mentally and physically, but the mom was not available because of her career. So that is what cold mom and dad means. Clear about dysfunctional family and cold mom and dad? Okay. Now my most favorite is all this stops. Now, please be mindful because here comes the things of inner child. Okay. Now, the very first thing is the of types of dysfunctional family. We all know functional, and we all know what is dysfunctional. Now, the very first thing is emotionally unavailable. Any idea what exactly is emotionally unavailable?
So there's no connect with the amongst the members
Hmm.
emotionally. So
Hmm.
they're just existing under the same roof, but किसी के साथ क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं हो रहा है nobody is bothered because हर कोई अपनी लाइफ में बिजी है.
Bilkul. Bilkul. Any other
Hmm.
opinion on the same?
I guess there are some parents,
Hmm.
maybe because of their role and responsibility,
Hmm.
uh, they are burnout
Hmm.
and they are not able to give that attention and energy to their kids.
Hmm.
And then the compensation of that, they, their way of loving is more kind of materialistic. So they compensate everything with the materialistic, but whenever child need to express them, just to hug them, but there is a unavailability of the parent.
Yes, yes. As both Harpit ma'am and Poonam ma'am mentioned, exactly the same thing happened. Now, can you all tell me which sort of trauma can be from this emotionally unavailable family?
Emotional neglect.
Hmm. And
Emotional abuse also.
somewhere. And both physical abuse and emotional abuse and neglect, as Poonamji said. Now they try to compensate everything. Yes.
Mental illness also.
Huh?
Mental illness.
Mental illness, sometime it can be.
Yeah.
Sometime it can be. I
Because
must
I
tell
have
you.
a
Hmm.
relative,
Hmm.
he is suffering from bipolar disorder.
Okay.
So the psychiatrist diagnosed that it was
Hmm.
from childhood. Something might have happened.
Yes. Yeah, it can happen. In fact, divorce also. If the both the mom and dad, or if both the partners have thought of getting separated, they would be emotionally unavailable to the son or to the
Yeah.
daughter. I would give an example of a very real case which I saw. This case was being referred to a psychiatrist by me, as well as to an healer, like a tarot card healer, because she found some sort of blockage with the client. This was 45, 50, 45 to 50 years. I still don't remember. And very old, I won't say again old, but a very young from heart sort of individual, wife, and housewife. She came up to me. The thing is that when dealing, especially I did not start with inner child. I started with psychodynamic, honestly. Then 3 4 session with psychodynamic, 2 or 3 session on dream because she had so many issues, and then I did past life regression, then hypnotherapy. After almost 21 session, she said me that, Shraddhanjali, do you know why I am right now? I don't want to get married. I said no. At the age of 45 or 50, not less than that. And she was not married. She said me, because I have seen, now I'm a school teacher, but I have seen my mom and dad, they used to work. Definitely they were central government employee. They used to work and they did not give me time. But believe me, if I had asked them a pocket money of 10 rupees also at that time, they used to give me. Are le lo, you need 10 rupees, 50 rupees le lo. I used to wear so many dresses which my friends did not bought up. And they were from a very posh background. In Kolkata, in New Alipur, this is a very posh area in Kolkata, New Alipur. They used to stay there. Now at the age either 45 or 50, within this range, still she still remember the fact that yeah, my mom and dad was not available. And she said me, if I had married, I would have beared a son or beared a daughter. What if I could not give time to them? What they would have thought of me, that I am very lalchi, I'm very greedy. Suddenly I understand it's not out of greed, but I couldn't have left my job. And she said me that till now I could not leave my job. She was a teacher in a school and she had her own dance institute. and she have so many teachers under her, like for Bharatnatyam, for Odissi, for culture, like any sort of Western salsa, hip hop, blah blah blah. She had a very good name in Kolkata. So she knew the consequence that she could not leave her dance institute, her schools. What would she give the timing to her daughter or to her son, whoever she gave birth to? And hence she did not get married. So she had bear the consequence of her inner child, as well as she thought of the sibling, not the siblings, the daughter or the son, in very two different way. And she did not get married. See, I'm not talking about inner child only. It's not like that I am talking about my own inner child. I am also thinking that what if I went into this phase? Now, what if my son and daughter is going into that phase? I know the consequence. I know the emotional harm which has caused me, for example. And this was a very unique case because I remember she took almost 20 sessions for cord cutting. Because in the very initial session, for 3, 4 sessions, she said, I can't concentrate on the fact that I am cord cutting with my husband, like with my mom. And then I make her imagine that, yeah, you are right now married. And it was very difficult for her. Again, visualization is not that easy. Making the client imagine what the client did not get is not easy. The client would cry. Okay. But yeah, disclaimer, I in all the classes I'm going to talk about much more sexual abuse cases, because inner child talks about all these things also. So if you all feel that you all are getting triggered, let me know. I'm going to change the case. I'm going to come up with different case, because I have huge in my bucket. I understand you all can get triggered. Yes,
I
ma'am.
would, yes. I would like to know one thing. Like, I learn a lot about different therapies and inner child, and I do believe they do give good results.
Hmm.
But I just want to know one thing: are these scientifically there? Like psychology, I know, like CBT, and those are scientific. They are backed by scientific evidence. So, does cord cutting and inner child healing these things are scientific, or these are like we try and we are experimenting and we are getting results? So just
Okay, a very good question. Now, I would be very honest. Uh, See, I won't say that inner child healing is a very scientific, because in inner child is not a thing which is done in India. Okay, people hardly do inner child healing in India. If you search inner child healers in Instagram, you all are going to get. Sorry, in LinkedIn, you all are going to get, because people are there all over world. Okay, but in India, if I talk about in India, there are hardly countable number of inner child healer, because to be a inner child healer, you need to heal. You need to leave your perspective of a therapist. As ma'am, you mentioned that you know CBT, you know other therapists. While doing therapy with inner child, we don't do therapy. In the role
okay.
play section, like in the time, I'm going to talk why we don't do therapy. We don't do therapy. We listen to them, and as per that, we give advice. Not advice, a sort of activities, but we don't do any sort of therapy. But in India, I won't say that it's very common. Inner child is pretty common in the Western cultures, because when I did from Dr. Dynamo, he is a very close teacher of mine. He said me, Shraddhanjali, you would be the very first inner child healer in your Kolkata, honestly. But again, please make sure that you are not going to receive client at a very initial stage, because inner child healing का क्या होता है ना मैम, the session charges are different. For counseling and therapy, it can be somewhere from 1200, 1500, 1800, in this range, or 2000. But if I talk about inner child you can't do in a hospital.
Okay,
You
right.
can't do online. Firstly, we have to be very sure we can't do online. I can't do online. I admit the fact I can't do online. In fact, Dr. Dynamo also said me, Shraddhanjali, online you can't. Okay. But I have a complete different studio for that. I'm living my alternative healing like crystals, Reiki, and everything. I have a complete different studio for my inner child. So I had to buy that studio again, but it's right now rented. I had to establish in such a way that the moment clients are coming, they are getting a good vibes from there. Because in hospital we don't get the vibes. So many patients are there. OTs are there, emergencies are there, cuts are there. People are like, abhi to inner child nahi hoga. In abroad, people like there are healers who have a complete different setup. When I did it from Dr. Dynamo long back, I saw his clinic, like in his studio, and I just loved it. And I tried to recreate the thing, but again, I need to understand I'm staying in Kolkata and he is from UK. There is a difference because India mein, if I charge now, for example, my therapy charges are 1800 normal therapy. People are like, can it be in 200? I said, go out. I don't do. Because see, in India, what exactly is the fact, or even in Kolkata or West Bengal, people are very lenient that, okay, mental health counselors can give it for free also. There are so many groups I see. People keep on writing pro bono cases. But if you go to a therapist, like gynecologist, ophthalmologist, other doctors or other consultant, we can't ask them, "Are mere ko free में एक advice दे दो." They are not going to give. We
Yes.
understand we are not a medical practitioner, but we have invested almost 10 years in this field, studying, still studying, still studying. So, and inner child session starts, I'm not talking about only mine. In Kolkata also, I know 2 to 3 healers, starts only from 3000
Okay.
because of the setup. In hospital, definitely we have AC. But when I do about inner child, okay, if you all want, I can send the video how inner child is done. My own video, honestly, of the last class. I'll ask my Ved to send it. It was a very late thing. You all can see how exactly, but only a 30-second or 20-second, I believe he did it. That Sradhanjali Didi said, I am going to take the video. I was explaining in the class. I would ask him. But definitely in this class, I'm going to talk about inner child healing. How is it done? So to perform inner child healing, we all need, as a healer, we need to buy the stuffs.
Okay.
We need to buy like customized candles. Normal candle may hota hai. I'm not telling that no, it can't be. But to make the session very attractive, we need to buy sand. We need to buy candles. Now, sand means the things which are available in our outside the house we don't have. Like at least I had in a very initial stage. I bought it from Amazon. It cost me 3,500 something rupees, near about 4,000, including the delivery charges. So I had to buy the play materials, the clays, the puppets. Because in a child, when we are dealing, and the time duration is also long, 1.5 hours for per session. एक दिन में how much we can take? Hardly 3 sessions because we are taking the negativities.
Right.
We are taking as a healer the negativities and we need to clean ourselves. Now, honestly, I only take three clients in a day, like for inner child, and that is only on Wednesday. एक दिन में only on Wednesday. Apart from Wednesday, I don't take because I can't and I can't mess with the client's brain and everything. So inner child is a very different aspect, and I would love to tell like the last batch. Anyone who knows Ria from here?
No.
Pratibha. Yes, I remember. That's the name. So last batch, when I was talking about the charges and everything, Ved, Ria, Khushbu, they said me, Shraddhanjali, the moment we are going to, not Ria is a senior therapist. So they said me that, yeah, we are going to, I think Pratibha, you know, na? Hmm. So the moment we did, like you can ask the experience of Ria also, they were shocked. And the moment I was like, ye hota hai. I know a therapist in Kolkata. The name is Devina Folkley. She stays in New Alipur and she was one of my mentor of Heal Your Life when I did my course on Heal Your Life. Her session, living in a child for only crystal, like crystal healing ka session for 30 minutes is 4,500. Inner child ka chori do. I'm not telling because you can die, like you can have a shock. It's 6,000.
Oh.
If you all see the, like, I would share her, definitely I would ask her the studio to share her studio. It's a beautiful studio, so we have to take everything. It's not a 1 week journey. We have to buy depending on the client. We have to buy stuffs. Definitely in my upcoming classes I'm going to bring all the stuffs. So like wraith, the sand, not the normal sand. When I do sand therapy in inner child, I don't use the normal sand, but definitely I'm going to show we can also do with the normal sand. We have to buy sands. We have to buy sparkles. Now I understand sparkles to lose hoga, definitely, but we have to invest also. We have to clean our own self. When I do my inner child healing session, I don't wear like this sort of dresses. I have a notch in my head because we are catching the negative things. And my healer said me, Shraddhanjali, mostly negative things get from our hairs. And hence, we have to tie the hair, especially for the cord cutting sessions, candle ritual sessions. We have to buy stuffs. For that reason, it's pretty expensive. Now, again, people are not going to come to us as an inner child for inner child session. Those who know, they would come, definitely. Apart from that, it's pretty difficult. As a heal therapist, we have to convert that into healing, depending on the cases. Now, mostly when I work with correctional home in Kolkata, I had said the superintendent that yes, this is not a case of therapy. It's a case of inner child healing. And yes, definitely, if you are conducting a workshop for 1 day, charges would be different. If you are conducting a course, it would be different. Again, different. So there is a friend of mine, Sakshi. She is also an inner child healer. She is a tea reader, tea leaf reader. So her charges now she didn't don't tell or she did not include in her website. Her charges for inner child for 45 minutes, not for 1 hour 45, only for 45 minutes. It's 8,999. 1 rupees less than 9,000. So again, if you all can see the back of Pratibha, the way she has decorated, it is the exact way we decorate our inner child sessions, depending on what sort of client is coming. So we have to do na, and that's the thing. So it would take time. Again, it would take time. I'm going to share. Please remind me that to share the video. I'm going to share. Don't worry. Okay. Now, yeah. Now, addicts and enablers. Any idea what is addicts and what is enablers? Sorry.
Addicts are people who are into any kind of addiction, whether it's shopping addiction, whether it's
Hmm.
eating addiction, whether it's sleeping addiction,
Ah,
whether it's studying addiction. It could be
any sort of addiction.
any sort of addiction.
Huh.
And enablers are, I think, for people who enable people to achieve what they want to achieve. They are the support which they give
Hmm.
to other people. They are the enablers.
Yes, perfect. Yes, Harpreet ma'am. What she exactly mentioned. Addicts can be anything, any sort of addiction. Porn addiction, mobile addiction, sex addiction. Now, porn and sex addiction are little different. In the upcoming slides, I'm going to talk about that. But it can be anything. Addiction doesn't only restrict to sex, it can also come up in BDSM form. It can also come up in king affirmation form. Now, king affirmation is a much more wider aspect of BDSM, where people like to drink the urine of the partner. People like to have the potty, like they like to eat the potty of the partner. Like sorry, eat the potties, like the stool basically. So this is what, and mummification are there. Tarotfication is also there. Mummification is generally most of us have seen mummies. Like they like to have their partner wrapped in such a way that they feel that yeah, my partner is a mummy, and they would be performing sexual activity.
Uh,
Electric shock is there.
Shraddha ji, this
Hmm.
all these things like mummy addiction and all, these you have seen in India also, or it's only abroad?
No, I have seen in India, in my area itself. The
Okay.
way the this one, this tool wala thing, I have seen the both the partners, they are completely straight, no sort of queer thing are there. The husband said, "Ma'am, whenever my wife goes for doing washing off, I feel that my wife should sit in front of me and she should urinate, and I would be collecting that urination in a glass and I would be drinking it off." And same case for the wife also. That
There is something called, sorry to interrupt,
hmm,
golden shower. You've heard that?
yes, golden shower,
Yeah,
drinking the urination.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, mummification. I have seen electrostimulation, but honestly, not in a very huge range, but two to three. I have seen every sort of king behavior. Two, three. Yes. Okay. Next are the enablers. Now, I would give an example. I work with an NGO which is called Treasurer of India. It's in Kolkata itself. I was the mentor. Then I became the teacher. Then I became the expressive, and I deal with all sort of things in that NGO. So, and it's not a full time. It's definitely on call. So this boy, both the stuck, like the family was in this way. Their per month income was 6,000 or 7,000 uh, of the husband. The wife, she was a household maid, 8,000, like I'm talking about per month. And the boy was in class 5 in a Bengal Hindi medium school in Kolkata. Now the major issue was the boy used to use so many slangs, foul languages in the dance class. So one fine day that like the director said me, Shraddhanjali, something is fishy with this son, to talk with him. The moment I had a word, he said me, do you know my father drinks and my mother say, isko khane do. He likes, I love my husband. So I said, okay, fine. I understood that, yeah, this is a case of family issue. Then when I had a word with the mother said, ma'am, आपको पता है, my husband is a labor. Now please mark, my husband is a labor. And all the singers from starting from Monday to Sunday, from morning 10 p.m. to 5 p.m., he works so hard and fast that he don't even have a time to have his lunch properly, breakfast properly, snacks properly. And how can I stop him? He'll only enjoy drinking. I love my husband, ma'am. I can't help him. I said, you are helping him in this way. Then I had to psychoeducate, definitely, with the consequences of this and this. And now, please don't take it in a negative way. I'm not against anything or any sort of income. His addiction was in a very huge number. That is, he used to have black label. His income was 7,000 or 8,000. He used to invest in all this sort of, and he had particular vision of having black label wine. And also, I don't know how many of you all have about the name of Jadavpur University in Kolkata. Jadavpur University, beside Jadavpur University gate number 5, there is a stall which sells ganjas, cannabis and all these stuffs. Okay. So there is a boy, I'm not going to tell who sell this, but most of the people in Jadavpur, they sell them. Snake bite, and he was most popular with snake bite. Now what is snake bite? I have seen, but I did not take it because I am very fearful of snake. So this is a mitti, okay? This is a mitti ka board, some sort of mitti wala pot, and from here there would be a big hole, okay? Now snake would be there. Now, not the very poisonous, but a poison snake would be there. The snake would be injected a sort of ganja or a sort of drugs, anything. Okay. Now, the moment you are going to, and yeah, it comes with a booking and with your turn, that you have to book after 1 week, after 14 days, you are going to get your turn. Now, you have to put it, you have to go near the pot and near the hole, and you have to do like this, and the snake would come and the snake would give a bite over there for 2 times, and the snake would go, because the snake is trained, highly trained. And you would be being like, you would be in that nausea for a whole long 40 minutes or 1 hour, depending on the level of toxication the snake is being injected. For that they charge a amount, and it's not fixed. So this is what snake bite. So enablers are those who feel that isko khane do. I love my husband, and yeah, I'm supporting. Even if it's a very bad thing to support, they won't understand. They feel, no, whatever my husband is doing or whatever my partner is doing, it's good for the family and also for him. So this is what addicts are enablers is. And mostly all this comes, addicts are enablers come from a family or trauma of uh, um, substance abuse. Clear about addicts and enablers?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
I have one query.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so recently I'm handling one case
Hmm.
where mother is very well-known doctor and her 35 years old son, since at his age of 16, he's into abuse,
Hmm.
substance abuse.
Hmm.
And now mother knows like he's addicted and everything. He do not earn a single pie, but she still keep providing him money. So
Hmm.
is it also the example of enabler?
Enablers. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's also the
Okay.
case.
Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's also one case came to my mind
hmm,
also. I know somebody,
hmm,
and that is, I think, in many, many cases I've seen that uh, because you have so much moho, so much attachment to your child, your husband, or to your near one and dear one,
hmm,
that you're not able to take a stand. You feel that अगर मैं अपने बच्चे को, अगर वो बच्चा मांग रहा है, कुछ गलत चीज़ें मांग रहा है, उसको नहीं दूंगी, तो मैं अच्छी माँ नहीं हूँ.
बिल्कुल.
So with that thought process, they go on, giving and agreeing to their wrong demands also.
बिल्कुल. Yes, yes, yes. It can be a reason. It can be.
हाँ जी.
Okay. Next is high conflict and abusive family. Over here, as the picture is being shown, the son and daughter can see. I would tell a case. Uh, School counseling. I'm not going to name the school because it's a very renowned school in Kolkata as well as in Delhi. Also, they have a branch in Mumbai. So the principal said me to conduct a workshop on stress management and trauma management. Uh, and the class was from 8, 7, 8, 9, 10 in this grade. So while conducting, I saw a boy was crying. So I took the permission from the principal ma'am and other teachers. So they agreed, and I had a word with the son. So the son, and he was highly intelligent. His main objective was, I want to be a scientist of NASA. And I was like, when I was in class 8, I don't did not have any objective of whether I want to be even a sweeper also. But and he was the class monitor, and he was the PR. I don't know what exactly is the PR in a school, but he had a batch of class monitor and a PR. Okay. So he said me that every single day before coming to school, I find my mom and dad, they are shouting at the top of the voice. My mother is doing something, my dad is doing something. And I said, what something means? What they are doing? Is it an item or something else? Now the mother, like the son said me that the ma'am, my mother throws away shoes, like heel wala sandal, and my father throws utensils from the kitchen. I said, your father from the kitchen, your father cooks. He said me, yeah, my father is a cooker in the house. So, and he said me, now I'm in class 8. I can clearly tell you, the ma'am, from class 5, I am seeing this thing. Both of them are typical bad parents. They don't care about my reputation. They don't care about nothing. And in fact, whenever they comes for PTM meeting, definitely both my parents comes, but they don't care about what others are seeing. In fact, they start shouting in front of everyone. I said, for you? No, no, Shraddhanjali ma'am, not for me. Among themselves, because they had certain sort of mismatch of their ideologies. And I remember he said that once in the PTM meeting of class 7, the mother thrashed off the father in front of the principal. That तुम्हें कुछ नहीं आता है. For you, my son is not doing well. And she slapped him. Like him matlab not the son, the husband. Physical abuse is also being noted in this sort of confusing family, like conflict family. And these are quite popular. You can see. Especially if any one of you all are working in NGO also you can see. I talked about a school, but in NGO also you can see that both the family members or the parents they are fighting, especially from a very lower family. But this one was a very posh family because per month they have to spend so many things. Because the mom was a doctor, I think he said me. Both the parents were doctor. I don't remember, but something doctor or related to this uh, field only. So high conflict is quite common, and you all can see in your daily practice also, even as a therapist, not only as a healer but as a therapist also. Now, now the moment definitely while talking about the types of children, you all can understand what they turns up into. They turn up into a very sort of perfect child, that is the hero child. In inner child healing we call hero child, which is picture perfect. जो भी करूँ, like whatever I do, I'm very poor in Hindi. So whatever I do, it's a sort of clear notion. If I want to communicate, I would be picture perfect in communication. Yes, ma'am, you want to say something? Okay, okay. So, and they would definitely have issues. Definitely, when I'm going to talk about hero child, you are going to understand the level of anxiety, the level of depression, and yes, you can also talk about trauma also. And you can identify the level of trauma with HTP. Anyone who knows HTP? House tree person?
Yeah,
Yes,
the tool, right?
yes, the intervention tool. So with HTTP test, you all can identify, if you all want, I can share a PPT also on mine, how to identify what are the strokes which are there. It's basically sort of art therapy technique. And by the trunk of the tree, we can identify the level of trauma if you divide the tree with the age of the client. Though it's a very like time consuming, but we can. It's not that we can't, we can. Okay. Any confusion in high conflict and abusive? Okay. Okay. This is the second one is enmeshed family. Any idea what is enmeshed family or enmeshment or disengaged family?
Enmeshed normally means बिल्कुल इसे एक वो बॉल ऑफ ऊन होता है ना,
Hmm.
तो वो जो एवरीथिंग इज जस्ट अपने आप में इट्स सो इंटैंगल्ड
Okay.
एंड उसको निकालना मुश्किल हो जाता है, राइट? सो दैट्स व्हाट कम्स टू माय माइंड व्हेन आई थिंक ऑफ
Hmm.
enmeshed.
Okay. Okay. So basically, there are again two sort of. This is a sort of family system. This is not family structure. This is the system of family. Okay. Now, enmeshed family, the major dynamic. Anyone who read about the dynamics of family?
Yeah, I've read.
Okay, then it would be easier. Okay, now over here in enmeshed family, what happens? There is a lack of privacy. ठीक है? In English, they are like, oh, ये तो मेरा ही बच्चा है. I need to enter. I can enter the room of my partner, or I can enter the room of my daughter. No sort of privacy are there. ठीक है? And emotional fusion. Now, I did not mention, but I would definitely give a topic like a YouTube video. What exactly is emotional fusion in enmeshed family? Let me give you an example. Uh, Student can come up, especially the student. They are like for example, if anyone works as a school counselor, you all can see this emotional fusion. The student is pretty happy. Okay, the moment student get out of the school and enter the family, the student is like, I don't like staying. It's a fusion of the emotion of the parents. They are forgetting their emotion. It can be today I'm very sad. Okay. Now the moment I see my mom and dad, I'm like very happy. Though I am very sad, but I can't show my sadness or I can't show my level of sadness to them. They are going to question or something can bother them. For that reason, I have to be happy, even though I'm pretty much sad. Now it can be in terms of emotional thing and it can be in terms of physical thing also. This is what the fusion of emotion is like that. Clear about enmeshed family? They are in this sort of family. Basically, they are highly connected. For example, if I am sad, I can see all the 10 members in this class would be sad. If today I'm happy, you all would be happy. Basically, no emotion, you can't show your own emotion.
So you can't show because you feel that people will judge you.
Sometimes they feel people will judge you, and sometimes they feel that if I show, I am going to disappoint that other family member.
So the first example which you gave, that the student is happy in school, but when he goes back home, he's sad,
Hmm.
but he doesn't show his sadness.
Yes, because my mom and dad is sad, and hence I am also sad. Because I need to get diluted in that emotion.
Okay.
And next is disengaged family. Now in disengaged family, what does it happens? They have a very, very, very solid sort of boundary, a very rigid boundary. जो मैं बोलूंगी तुम लोग को करना ही पड़ेगा. A sort of authoritative family structure of not family structure, parenting. No flexibility would be there. Now, for example, if I tell you all, for example, again, if I tell you all that uh, I need everyone on camera, okay, from the very beginning of the class, and it can be that you all can have a problem for which you all can switch on the camera for this class. But if I am from this family system, I had grown up in this family, I would tell if you all are not switching on your camera, I'm not going to start the class. A very solid and a very rigid sort of family mentality sort of individual system comes up. हम लोग बोलते हैं ना कि that individual is very stubborn. This is the cause of psychological, like, main reason of being stubborn. Clear? Okay. Now, would it be flexible if I talk about the child thing or tomorrow? Because it's a quite big thing. So, would you all want me to start today? Anything? Or would you all want to start from fresh tomorrow?
We'll start fresh tomorrow, I think.
Okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, not an issue. So I'll start off with the dysfunctional sort of family tomorrow because it would take 1.5 hours. Not 1.5 hour, half an hour. Then I would be starting with, before this, I would be starting with the cord cutting. So tomorrow, not tomorrow, because again it would be the day after tomorrow. But for tomorrow's class, we need to perform an activity. Okay? So I'll inform. It's a normal thing, a pen, paper, scissor, and old magazine or newspaper, whatever you all have. Okay, and a white paper would work. And meanwhile, I am going to share the uh, what exactly is called the cord cutting ritual so that you all can see how it is performed. But again, I would be sorry because I don't have the full video of my session. But definitely, I would share. Or even Pratibha can also come up with cord cutting because she knows Ria from the previous batch.
So we'll get all this material. You're saying it's there already, you're saying?
Yes, ma'am. It's there in the group description. I am showing it. Just a second. I'm showing where exactly it is there. Is the screen visible till now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Uh, See, this is the group. So the moment you tap the group, you are going to get all the things over here.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, all the things like the drive, the links, the worksheets, the book, everything. And the link for all the classes would be same. Sorry. The link for all the classes would be same. It's exactly over here. Still, if you all feel that it's not opening, let me know. I'm going to share it again.
Okay, dear. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So any doubt till now?
Yes, ma'am. I would like to
Hmm.
ask one thing. Is
Hmm.
cord cutting part of inner child healing?
Hmm. Yes.
Okay, because okay, I used
I'll
to
share.
think that that is separate thing. Okay.
No. Cord cutting, shadow work, all are a part of inner child healing. Just a second. I am sharing a video. Uh, Not sure. Uh, yeah, it's a video of 2 minute 40 second. So there can be noise. I won't say noises, but it's my own Putava voice. So you all can check it out. How exactly it's performed. Yes. Hmm. Meghna Shri is not in the class. Okay, I'll figure it out. So I have shared the video. I think, did you all get the video in the group?
Not as yet.
Uh, it's showing double tick. Could you all please anyone check that whether it's there?
Yeah, yeah, it's come now.
Okay,
It's
okay,
coming.
okay, okay, okay. So this is how exactly cord cutting is being done, and there are certain rules to be followed. So don't worry, I'm going to talk about that. And yes, for cord cutting session, I need an extra class. I'm so sorry. For cord cutting session, I need an extra class. If I'm not sure, if possible, would Sunday work for you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Sunday
It
would
will be.
work? Like coming
Yes, ma'am.
Sunday, like today is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yes.
Okay, then I'm going to do the cord cutting session on Sunday. I hope it's okay for everyone.
Ma'am, timings on Sunday.
Timings. What timing? Like this timing would work, like 6 to 7 or 7 to 8.
Yes. For me, it's okay.
Okay, if not Sunday, like the course 7th, on 8th also we can do. Not an issue. Like if I understand Sunday is a weekend for all of us, but on 8th also we can do it. Not an issue. But I need everyone in the class. That is the thing. Because you all need to perform that. Because it's very strict rule that you need to understand and you need to perform on your own self.
So, ma'am, morning time suits you?
Morning
Yeah,
time, what
ma'am.
time on
Sunday,
Sunday?
yeah, this Sunday like 11. We can start at 11.
Okay. Okay. I hope everyone would be okay with 11.
Yes, ma'am. Morning will be better on Sunday.
It is very. This is nothing.
Uh, okay.
Bye.
I'll
Bye.
do a thing. I'll do a thing. I'll give a poll right now exactly after the class that morning, Sunday morning 11. So I need everyone. Or is it better that no poll, only a message? Because again, poll can come up in different values.
Yes. Poll is fine.
Okay, okay. Let me figure it out. I won't mind. Sunday I can take the class on your cord cutting thing because it requires a time of 1 hour, at least 1 hour minimum. Okay. So any doubt again till now?
Then
Shital
can
ma'am,
you
your
please
voice is.
explain this topic, enablers? Actually,
Ma'am, your voice is not coming. Is it me only who is not being able to hear, ma'am?
I think she wants to ask about enablers.
Okay, ma'am, you want. Okay, so enablers are those individuals who support their family members who are into addiction. For example, if I am highly addicted, it can be any sort of addiction. Okay. Now my mom is supporting me and giving some sort of justification that array my daughter is working from this number and she needs a sort of refreshment, and that refreshment is an addiction. People basically enablers are those who supports the addicts.
Okay. Now I'm understood.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
ma'am, but how
Thank
that
you.
is related to inner child trauma?
Inner child trauma, definitely. I would give a scenario. For example, I am into addiction. I am right now, or not living, not I am. I have seen my mom supporting my dad, and my mom is an enabler. Now, every single day, whenever I'll take a pig or when I'll take a wine, if my husband is not supporting, or if my anyone like our extended family or in-laws they are not supporting, I would definitely go into depression that are my mom used to support me, why my partner is not supporting me. It can be one way. Second way it can be, I don't like my dad. For example, I don't like my dad who is highly into addiction, but I feel even my mom being educated, my mom is supporting. Why so? I would have a questioning thought on my own thought process that whether who is right, not whether who is right. Either my mom is right or whether my dad is right. And then definitely trauma would be coming up. Okay, any other questions? Okay, then I'll see you all tomorrow and all the resources are there. Don't worry. Tomorrow I'll start with the dysfunctional family. Okay, so anyone who can who even before the class also you all can ask me doubt, or even in the night also you all can ask me doubt. Definitely I would be there to answer. Don't worry. Even if not by typing, I would send a voice note. Okay? Because I'm very lazy in typing. I understand that. So I'll send a voice note. Don't worry.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
everyone.
Thank
Good
you so
night.
much.
Good night. Take care. Bye bye.
Good night.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.